Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today's daily, which is December 5th. This is Puzzle Page. Let's get into this main page here and see what we've got going on. Of course, we'll get our free tokens first. We got an event going on. Might take a look at that. All right, what do we have here? We've got a missing letter thing. I can already tell what it is, but let's jump into that one and see and get at it. So it says metal planet. It's going to be Mercury. There we go. Let's actually jump back and take a look real quick at the what's going on with this event. Okay, so it's one of those things where you have to go through all the puzzles and find a bunch of letters to fill on this. We're not going to have time to do all that kind of stuff because that takes quite a while. So we'll jump back into this one. Okay. Let's see what we've got on the main page now. Let's start with our wordy and then we'll just go through. I think we've got quite a few here that we can do. So let's get at it. Alrighty. Let's start with our normal. Well, we get a given R, plus we have an E, so it's probably RE something, or it's R something, E something. I kind of like the E here, though. Freed. We could do a double E. It's not actually a bad idea because it gives us a couple of possible positions for the E plus a couple of good letters. Okay, so it was an ED. That was good. So it did not have the E there. Let's see what this could be. I guess it could be pride. Let's see if we can think of anything else that might work. I'm sure there are other things that could work, but I think that's a good one to try. Oh, it says it's not correct. I guess pride with an IED. Okay. We were right. We just put the wrong letter. I thought PRYED would also be a word, but I guess apparently it isn't. Okay. Well, we still figured it out. All right, let's get into our Futoshiki. This is a larger one, so we might have to do a little bit of work on it. Let's get drawn. All right, where do we want to start? We'll start with the ones on sixes like usual. No. Okay, so this here is a 6 because we can't put one in any other position. And we have 2 positions left over there for that guy. And we have 2 positions left over here, but they're 2 different positions, so that's not going to help. Let's go back to the ones maybe. Or actually, no, I was going to say we can go down this line, but we still have 2 options. This could be either a 5 or a 4. This could be a 3 or a 4. Let's start looking at the ones then. See if we get anything we can work with. Not on that line, that's for sure. No, and no. Yeah, this is a 1. And no, but one of those 2 could be. None of those. Not much there on the ones as far as I can tell. So maybe we do have to start looking down some of these lines. Let's just start putting some of these guys in and see what we can see. You could be 5, 4. Well, you can even go down to a 3, I guess. That's not great. Actually, I didn't even look vertically. I wonder why I didn't do that. Let's look vertically for some of these guys as well. One of those 2 will be a 6. This is a 6. Okay, just being slow there for some reason. One of those 2 works just fine. Now, did that one here give us a reduction? I don't think it did because I think we thought one of these 2 was going to be a 6. Yeah, and it's one of those 2. Okay, let's try ones up and down then. Nothing of use there. Obviously not you. No, and no. So yeah, you are a 1. Good. Pretty much any of you could work. No. One of those 2. Okay. Did that guy give us anything going across the other ways? I don't think it did. One of those 2. One of those 2. I guess that creates a little bit of an X-wing here. We know one of those 2 and... Oh, no, it doesn't because we have this guy over here still. Okay, forget that one. Alrighty, maybe now we can think on something else. What that would be, I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Trying to figure out some good place to get a foothold. I don't see anything long enough in terms of the groupings together for some of these guys to really work on any of them, but you could be a 2. Let's go start thinking about 2s and 5s. Those would be the next progressions. Either one of these, though, could be a 2 at this stage. You can't be, you can't be, you could be, you could be, you could be. I said either one of those could work. You could, you could, you could, so it's not helping there. That guy's already done, nothing there, nothing here. So that doesn't help us too much on the 2 side going horizontally. What about vertically? That's still a yes there and there. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, there's too many options there. What about 5s maybe? Even though we don't have any, we can remove a number of them because of the 6s we have placed. This can't be, this can't be. Okay, yeah, we can do a 5. Because these 2 can't be 5s, this is the only one in this row that can be, which is going to tell us this is the 4-3. Now these 2 are going to be a 4-5 pair, and you can't be the 5, so you are the 4, you are the 5. That 4 says you are a 5, which reduces this guy down now, so you can't be a 4, you can't be a 3. Let's keep moving with this guy now. You have to be a 6. Now we should be able to finish our 6s, right? I think you're the only one left. Yep. Let's go back to the 5s, and maybe we can hit the 1s again after this. No, one of those 2 is a 5, and one of those 2. So we're still sitting there with the 5s. This is a 2-5 pair, and this one could still be a 2. Let's try going back to the 1s now that we remove some options, because if we can get a 1 pushed in one of these guys, we can probably figure the rest of this out. So let's click on that for a second. You don't want to click on it? Okay, fine. I don't know why it wouldn't do that. Anywho. Yeah, it's one of those 2 still. One of those 2. And one of those 2, sorry, so there's still no go there. Okay. Alrighty then. 5. Okay. What do we have going up and down here? This is a 2 or a 3. Not quite helpful. This becomes a 1 or a 2. This could just be 1, 2, or 3. What about the 4s? One of these 2 is going to be a 4. Not great. You can't be a 4, so one of you 2 will be. Huh, not seeing it here. All right, what are these? Let's just go through some options, I guess. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the exact same, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We know you're 1, 2, and 3. What can you be? Can't be 6 or 5, so you're 4 or 3. Can't go down to a 2. You have to be 3 or 2. So that gives us a 2-3 pair, actually, that I didn't see. So we're going to have a 5 and a 4 pair. Of course, that's not resolved just yet. 3s, 4s, and 5s. Actually, it's good. We have an X-wing on 5s. Here, here, and here. So you can't be the 5. You are the 2. You're the 5. Because you're the 1. Okay. Or that could still work. 2, 3, 4, yeah. All right, let's see if we can find some more work to do. Let's put these guys in. You are 2s, 3s, and 4s still. Now, did that 1 actually tell us a little bit more? Because one of those 2 has to be... Yeah, this is a 1 now, which is going to finish this off. And then we hopefully can ride this through. That becomes a 4, 2, 3, 4. This is a 4. Now this has to be a 2. This is the 5. 4, this is what, a 3? Yep. 5 and 3. There we go. Good old X-Wings to save the day on that guy. Let's move on. All right, let's do our picture cross. That's next in line. All right, let's start with this 11. We can put all those in. Start doing some math maybe to see if we can find something. Guess we know you have to be in, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to be. It's going to push this 2 and 3. It's going to give us that 3. This is a 1, 1, so that's the 2 to finish you off. You can't go this way, so this 2 has to go this way. That's a 1, that's a 2. We can go to this 1, 8 probably, because we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We might have to be able to cut back onto some of these other guys like this 6, 1, 2. Let's try that one. 1, 2. You can't be in, so that has to be a 2. Okay. 1, get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You have to all be in. This 1, 5 is also going to help us. 1 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 1, 4, 1 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. Now this is the 1, so this has to be the finalized 6. This 3 has to go back this way. The 4 has to connect. That's got to be part of the 2. This is the 2. This has to be part of the 3. Actually, let's go to this 1, 2, 7. Actually, you're here, and then these are all going to be done. Actually, that was just a gimme. I didn't even notice it. Okay, you're done, you. Let's try to find something else we can get going here. This 5 we can work with a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's going to finish the 8, 1. One of you two has to be in. I don't know which one it is. Actually, let's go back over to here. This 2. You go here. That's going to finish you off. You can't be in, so you have to be in for the 3. That's going to finish our 11. This has to be one of those 2s. We're going to have another, well, I guess we don't know that. We could have a 2 and then another 1 up here. 2 with the 4. I guess we can think about this 4, 3. Get 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3 back. That's going to say these guys have to connect for the 6. Get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This 1, 2, 3 we can do some work with. That finishes the 5. These guys have to connect together. The 1, the 4, 2. Okay, the 3 has to go there. These guys have to be sorted, right? Yeah, because we can't go this way for either of these 3. So this has to connect, and then these have to go together. We know one of those is going to be the final 1. This is a 2. This is the 2 that goes up this way. That finishes the 6. Good. We know one of these is a 1. That's a 2. We don't know which, oh yeah, we do know which way this 2 goes. It goes down because it can't go up into that slot, which means you are this 2. That's a 4. That means the 3 finishes there. This 2 has to finish. That has to be in. One of those 2, and we can actually now say, because we don't have enough room to fit a 2 and a 1 up here, so these guys go in. And I think you now have to go here, which is going to finish that guy too. And we can do the 5, 3. This 2 has to pop over. The 4 is done, the 6 is done. We need a 2 over here, and that's going to give us the rest of these. What is that? I have no, it looked like a mountain of rice. Oh, it's a samosa, okay. I saw the peas, and I was like, it's got rice with, it's like a fried rice type thing, but samosa, okay. A little hard to tell, that type of thing. All right, what's next? I'll do bridges first. Then we'll come back and watch that video. All right, this 4 is just a given. The 3 is a corner, so it's going to do that. This 3 is a corner, which is going to tell us the 1 does that. This 3 is a corner. And 2, 4, 6, 8. No, we can't do that 6 yet. This 3 is a corner. This 1 can only go in one direction, which forces you this way. 2, 4, not you. This 5, actually, we can say these guys have to all be in. 2, 3, 4. We can say these 2 have to be as well. That's gonna, well, it didn't tell us the 4 was done, but we do know this 4 is done because it can't go anywhere else. This 3 is in a corner, which means this 2 has to finalize, which finishes the 3, which pushes this guy back in this direction. Good. 1, 2. We don't know which way this one, oh, we do actually, because the 3 has to come this way. Then that pushes you up there. 3 has to finalize. That 3 could go either direction. Now I think we can put one of each on this 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there has to be at least one on every single one of these now that this guy has been reduced to a single. Actually, this 4 is just a done as well. Still don't know which way those guys go. This 3 has to angle in. This 3 has to angle in. 3 has to come down. 2 has to come down. 3 has to go over. 5 has to go up. 3 has to come over. This 3 has to come down. 5's got to come over. 4's got to come over. There we go. And I'll watch this video real quick and I'll be right back with the crossword. Alrighty, let's get into the standard mode and get going. Alright, let's do some crossword. Revere or adore? Don't know if I know that one. Deify? Actually, I do know it. It's deify. Escort to seats. Usher. I looked off the side because my neighbor's been working on their house for like 4 days now, making a big old racket. I was wondering if you could hear that on this, so I don't know that you can. Wandering. What is that going to be? Roving? Yep. Bows and angles. Arcs. Popular pet. Inference. Okay. Oh, pups. Oh no, there's not a double P there. I thought there was another P. Puss, as in a cat. There we go. Storage chamber. Maybe a silo will work there. Yes, it will. Call a taxi is to hail one. Spur on. Let's say goad, but that's not working. Prod. Don't know if I know that one right away. Let's move on. Male elephant's a bull. Go bad or rot. I'm gonna say ripens, but that's not really. Yeah, okay. I was like, interestingly enough, though, that word was there. Let's look at some of these down. Drinks with tongue. Laps. Okay, so it starts with a P. Go bad or rot. Not seeing it for some reason. Okay, let's try something else. Uses yarn and needles. Knits. Took me a second to get that word to come out of my mouth. Small square chest. It's not going to be a caddy, is it, or something like that? It's kind of I think of that more of a golfing term, but I guess apparently that's a chest as well. Cool, good to know. General migration, exodus. Not best all in one basket, eggs. Superficial. Shallow. Yep. All, per, each. Bed of official robes. Red. Oh, so it's a bed. Scarlet. That makes a little bit more sense. Scorch, burn. Made a sharp sound or booed. Hissed, maybe? Okay. Spur on. Whip. Okay. Now we gotta figure out this got bad or go bad or rot. Perish. There it is. All right, we've got word search. It's blinking at us. So let's just do it. And we'll come back to the challenger there at the end. All right, what do we got? A negotiation. Terms offer bluff, haggle, bargain, leverage, stalemate, mediation, compromise. Okay. Compromise, offer, mediation, bluff, and what else we got here? Deadline going upwards. Let's see, leverage on an angle. So where are you? Bargain, there it is. Stalemate's also on the same line. Haggle's going across this way, and we just need terms now. Right here. Oh wait, we missed one, demands. Okay. That's right here. Alrighty. Last of the coffee and last of our puzzles. Challenger. Let's get at it. Let's start down today. Overabundance or glut. Okay. Overabundance or glut. I feel like I'm on the edge of that one, but I can't quite find alfresco. Outdoor. Beauty at the ball, perhaps. A bell. Vindicator or Punisher. I'll come back to that one. Cunning, in the know. These downs are not working for me. Repeated phase. Repeated phase. Nope, not getting it. Let's go across then. Not even touched. I'm not seeing those either. Large birdhouse would be a aviary. Fidgeted with something. Diddled. Or no. Fiddled. Wrong letter there. ED. Thank you. Original. New. No. No, I'm not seeing that one for some reason as well. Successful and admired person. Icon. Over. Ended. Adaptable or changeable. Not seeing that one either. Brass musical instrument. How about a tuba? Throng of insects would be a swarm. Incited, egged on. Abetted. I think that's TED. Okay. Ceremonial fur trim. Okay, ceremonial fur trim. Not seeing that one right away. Habitual absentee. A truant. Okay, let's go back to do some more downs now. Nope, not you. Cunning in the know. Savvy. Okay. Repeated phase again. La, 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 la. Not seeing that one. Okay, let's try some other stuff. Self, same. No clue. Something of benefit an asset, causes injury, harms, financial maintenance, USA. Financial maintenance. I don't think I know what that is right away. They may write down your cheeks, tears. They can do that. Relating to marriage would be nuptial. Authority to act would be authority to act. Huh. I can't think of any of these things currently. Okay, let's go back to some of these other ones. Ceremony for ermine. That's what it is. We didn't get anything on this one. Adaptable or changeable. Fluid. Okay, just needed to come back to it. Financial maintenance. Alimony? That's an interesting way of putting alimony. Let's go back to authority to act for a second here. I don't know what it is about this word. It's just not... Oh, mandate? Okay, there we go. Let's go back here. Not even touched. Unused. Yeah, just, again, just sometimes you just need to look away for a minute. Overabundance or glut. Somehow I want to say surfeit is a word, but I don't know. Apparently it's surfeit. The things you pull out of your, you know what. Self-same. Identa something? Or identical. Okay. Vindicator or punish. Avenger. That's what I was trying to think of the last time I was up there. Original. Novel. Okay. Repeated phase. Come on, we can get this one. What are you? Repeated cycle. There it is. Oof. There's a couple of few tough ones in that guy, but we got there in the end. Let's see. We did all of those. Again, we don't do Sudoku. Yeah, that's it. We're not doing cross sums because I don't like doing it. So there it is. I do need to get more tokens. I did get a couple of them last time, but I need to get more. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that one. That was December's 5th Daily of Puzzle page, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.